So let's now work on this place detail screen, and actually the file should be named place detail. Not a big thing, but it is for a single place, hence I prefer this name. And then in there, in this file, we'll actually change the widget tree quite a lot later, but for the moment I'll set up a basic widget, which I'll name place detail screen, which extends stateless widget because I won't need to manage any state here. And I then expect to get a place as an input. So using my own place model, to which you therefore also must add an import, of course. And I expect to get that place through the constructor. So therefore I add the constructor, accept and forward the key, and also require and set this place. And of course the constructor is named place detail screen. And then therefore we can now add the build method and then return our widget tree. And as mentioned, that will change later. For the moment, I'll just return a scaffold widget with an app bar, where I use the built-in app bar widget to set a title, and the title here should be the title of the place for which this screen was loaded, which of course at the moment is the only place data we have, but that will change later. So therefore for now, I'll output a text widget here, where I use my place title like this. And then for the body here, I won't do too much right now. Instead, I will simply use a center widget and then there also output my title again by again using this text widget. So really simple, not a fancy screen right now. That will of course change later. I also will apply some styling here, and for this text here, I'll use the same styling as in my places list Dart file for this fallback text. So we can just copy the style parameter and its value from there and use that in the place detail Dart on that text widget. And with that, I got the base set up. I got this basic screen, which will change later. And now we just have to make sure that we load this screen from inside our places.dart file, so from this screen, if we tap one of our places. And therefore it's actually the places list to where we should go, because there we are displaying those list items. And now on that list tile, I want to add another parameter, the onTap parameter, which is a parameter supported by that widget, which allows me to register a function that is triggered when a user taps a list item. So here I'll use an anonymous function because I will need access to the context, and that is available here in this build method, of course. We get it here. And then we can use navigator of context to push a new screen onto the stack of screens. And of course we again push by using material page route here, getting our builder, where we then return the widget that should be pushed as a screen, and that widget here simply is the place detail screen. And now we must pass in the place for which we want to load that place detail screen, and we can get that with help of the places for which we're rendering our list items, and then by accessing a specific index, which we get here from the item builder. And that then is a single place that should be passed to place detail screen. So that's how we make sure that these items are tappable. And with all that logic added, if we do tap one of these items, we're taken to this place detail screen. And that's all the functionality I want right now. And with that, if I restart everything, we got this basic app here where I can add places like this, and where we can then also tap these places to go to the detail screen. And of course, with that, we're not doing anything new. We're not using any native device functionalities, but we practiced some of the key Dart and Flutter concepts you must know, and some key concepts about which you learned in this course up to this point. And now, in the next lectures and for the rest of this section, we're going to dive into these new features, and you're going to learn how you can use the device camera, or get the user's location, or display a map, and so on.